Hello and welcome to the Women's Cut. I'm Jay. That's C-Way. Let's get started. How you doing today, girl?
I'm good. Just did a track workout in 94-degree heat. I didn't get wrapped up, so I think I'm good.
You
But
are.
I'm tired. I'm tired. Because when
You
we're
are.
done with this, I gotta watch Love Island. I gotta finish my CLEs. I got a lot on my brain, but I'm here with y'all. So yeah, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I had to yell at my mama. She be. You know, I feel like once black people hit about 60, they think that the heat don't apply to them. I'm like, I need you to be in the house. She said she retired. She be sitting on the porch and
But they end up liking the heat. They start liking the heat.
and they body end up liking to have heat stroke. So I need
Yeah.
my mama to be in the house.
Because the old
Actually,
people gonna put the house on hell. It's gonna be on hell.
girl. And then there was a kitten outside trying to get in the house because it was too hot. We had to. I almost put up a TikTok like somebody come and rescue this kitten. I had to we put towels down outside, cooling things, trying to put something over it. I was like, if I wasn't allergic to cats, I would have had a new cat today. So pray for the wayward animals outside because it is a heat dome, and that is a very true statement, and it feels exactly like that. But let's get to the cutting room floor. The WNBA has been popping.
Yeah.
The WNBA has been popping. There's been some great games. There's been some blowouts.
Yeah, a few.
There's been some blowouts as well. So, how's the W for you in the last? We haven't been on in 2 weeks, friend.
I know.
2 weeks.
We were in Atlanta. Yeah, we've been busy. I think the W games they've been pretty good. It's actually been a lot to keep up with, a lot of games to keep up with. As you guys know, we primarily cover the Dream, and they've had some tough losses to the Valkyries, and then their loss to Seattle, so that's been tough. The Aces have been doing pretty good up until today, losing in the Commissioner's Cup without Asia due to her ankle. But I think there's been some pretty good games. Seattle is looking a lot better. Okay.
I mean, they had that 11-game losing streak, and after a while, you got to get tired of losing.
Yeah. So I think they've been good. They've been good.
Yeah. I think the Valkyrie are looking better. I think, like you said, Seattle's looking better. The Mystic have been looking better. A lot of the teams that are on the lower part of the league are starting to figure it out, and it's definitely starting to become even Connecticut.
Yeah, they grabbed the win. Wait, go back to the Mystics. The four overtime with Portland. I mean, I just love how the W's regular season games feel like playoffs. Everybody's fighting. Nobody's taking anything for granted. And yeah, love that.
And it's been 100-point games, and these have not been 100-point games simply because people are scoring. Like, there's also defense being played, but it just feels like the skill level has just increased, and these take fouls and these screens that are being called and these freedom of motion fouls have really kind of they've helped the offense a lot.
Yeah, I definitely think this whole thing with the freedom of movement and allowing people to be able to kind of really get their offense off is closer to what the NBA is doing, and so you are seeing a lot more scoring. I think that's cool. I mean, I do miss some of what the W used to be, but then still people are still not really happy with the physicality, and so I think it's going to continue to trend this way where the scoring is going to go up. You're going to see like Marina 53-point game tying with Cam Bage in Asia. So yeah,
I agree with you. And speaking of fouls,
yeah,
I'm about tired of these very ticky-tack things being technical fouls, and namely clapping.
That's just you.
Listen, I don't care if it's a petty clap. I don't care if it is a finally clap. I don't care if it is a let's go clap. Let it go. It's a clap. Like, how are we upset because somebody is clapping? If that is true, there would have been like 50 free throws in the 90s and the 2000s NBA for clapping. Every time Rashid got a foul and ball don't lie, this was him.
I actually hate the clapping. I don't like when the kids I coach do the clapping. I don't like when you clap at me to ask me for the ball. I don't like when I hate all that clapping. Nowadays, all they do the give me the ball. I hate that crap.
Okay.
I don't like the antagonistic clapping. I don't like the instigating clapping. I know Paige said, Dag, I can't clap no more. No, I say F all that clapping.
Chat, I need y'all to pick your side on this one for real. I need y'all to pick your side because I am a fan of petty. Clapping is the base level, entry level petty where we're not touching each other. I'm not getting a flagrant. I'm not injuring you. If I should not get a technical for hurting your feelings. That's all I'm saying. And a lot of the times, it's not even at the players. It's the refs who feel some kind of way. And so now they teching you up. I just feel like we should let it go. We're already calling these super ticky-tack fouls. Everybody playing with 4 or 5 fouls. Imagine somebody fouling out over some type of a technical.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I can convince Seaway to go my way, but I think we can both agree that regardless of the pettiness, you do not have to be cool with your opponents, with your ex-teammates.
Nope.
You don't have to be cool with your teammates.
No.
You just got to be able to play.
Right.
And I think that we have this very weird mentality that everybody has to be best friends. And I don't think that that's true. Like, we all, the WNBA is a job at the end of the day. And I don't think there's anybody here who works other than us, because it's only us two, so we cool. But if you work in a big organization, there is no way that you're friends with everybody.
Yeah, I just think they need to understand that, especially with the more money going around, we're going to get a little bit more negative. The W is going to get a little bit more negative, and that's cool. I do think that and it's part of misogyny, the patriarchy, where people feel like women always have to be buddy-buddy, and if they're not buddy-buddy, they're catty. There is room in between. You don't have to be buddy-buddy, and you don't have to be catty. There's a lot. First of all, there's a couple things going on. I think they don't understand that women can be actually cool in real life and competitors on the floor. I can shake your hand before the game and after the game and tell you ain't effing with me during the game, right? So people can do that. And then also, when you're a competitor, sometimes you don't need to be cool. Like you said, like Kobe wasn't cool with everybody. That's why he was the way he was. I mean, Diana Taurasi back in the day used to really get negative with people, and she was one of the best players we've seen in this league. They need to get over the fact that, like, not everybody is going to be besties. They're competitors, and competitors get negative sometimes. And that's all right.
I'm glad you brought up DT, because if you hear DT and Super talk about the games that they had against each other and how super competitive they were, they got teched up because of each other, and they're still best friends. So you can have that level of competitiveness, but also you don't have to be cool. And I will say this, because cool is an AAVE term, and I'm gatekeeping. But understand that even if I'm cool with you, that doesn't mean we're friends.
Yeah.
We don't have to be cool, but if we are, that still don't mean we're friends. Right. So when I'm thinking about the Flage Angel situation where Angel didn't want to shake her hand, that's fine. If you remember, earlier in the season, Ka gave Angel a bouquet of flowers before the game. And then Dream put BTA, and then Angel tried to shake up Ka, And what did Kai do? Walk away. It's
yeah, and let's like back up here. So when we're talking about the Flau'jae Angel situation, even if you take all of the backstory and all the context out of it, take it out of it. If I am the team that was supposed to win this game, on top of the fact that I'm a competitor, so I feel like I'm supposed to win regardless. It's a minute 30 left on the clock, and you're trying to celebrate in my face, and then basically go dap me up like, little son, you can't sun me. And I think basketball players kind of know what that was. It was like, it was a minute 30 left on the clock. You little girl in me. And it's like, no, you're going to get the Heisman because it's a minute 30 left. And I am still in this game, and I'm going to play till the clock is out. After the game, if I want to shake up with you, I'll do that. But you're not going to celebrate on my head. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to celebrate on my head. And I think Hoopers know that. Hoopers knew what that was when we seen it. The announcers was like, what is going on? Why are you It's a minute 30 left. You know, and no shade to Flau'jae. You know, she's doing her big one over there in Seattle. But
that's her personality too. So let's not, like, that's her personality, but turnabout is fair play. They have 2 more games, and both of those are going to be in Atlanta. Now, if Atlanta put BTA, and
maybe she'll try to dap up Flau'jae 2 minutes left. You know,
and then how are we going to feel about that? Exactly. So let's keep it a buck. I thought I definitely knew that she was Flau'jae, and she does go by Flo when she raps. So sometimes I say Flo, but Flau'jae, full name, was definitely being petty. You could see by her reaction when she didn't dap up. She goes, ah. Like, come on. And it was funny. I'm not mad at you. But also don't be mad at her.
She hit her with her. And that's why this is, I mean, by the time you guys see this is already old news. It's old news now. It's going to be old news when you see it.
But yes.
Flau'jae knew what she was doing.
I 100% agree. What is not old news, however, is most likely Chicago's only all-star, Kamilla.
You think she's going to get it? You think she's gonna get it?
I think she will.
I mean, she's been playing all-star lately
because coaches and players get a pick.
Yeah,
it's not just fan. Do I think she's gonna get in on the fan vote? No. Do I think she deserves to get in right now on all-star? Yes. Her last 5 games have been absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
She's almost gotten doubles in all those games. She had her 13 for 13, 100% from the field output. She scored 32 points, the most that she's ever scored in her career. She sat the entire 4th quarter, so she had those numbers going into the 4th. Every single game, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're winning or losing. These games, she's been putting in work. This is the Kamilla that we saw at South Carolina. This is the Kamilla that was drafted as Chicago's #1 draft pick the year Angel came out. This is the Kamilla that we've been waiting for, and she has not disappointed.
Yeah, her game against the Aces, she had 24 points, 8 rebounds, shot 67% from the field. So that was a pretty solid game against a good team. And I think that was a good indicator on, how well she played. And then on that game Friday against the Fire, that's where she had her 100% game, 13 out of 13, right? 100% from the field, 30 points, 8 rebounds. Perfect game. I definitely think when they're picking reserves, the reserves are not always, I don't think they go by a position. I think they're positionless, but somebody can, I'm pretty sure the reserves are positionless. And so the coaches may throw Chicago a bone with this. When you're thinking about all the other positions, there's a lot of people that are probably going to want to try to get in, but Chicago is hosting, and Kamilla has definitely made a case for these last couple of games, but there's a lot of other games. And so when they're making a case, it's up to the coaches, the other coaches in the media to decide. I mean, I think the coaches, it's up to them to decide, who's going to be on those reserves. And so if Kamilla does get in, I would be happy for her. She's been playing really great lately.
I would be happy for her too. I know that I don't necessarily know if she'd be happy for her because I know she takes that time to go back to Brazil. She posted some really cute pics of her at Brazil's soccer game. She just looks so happy to be amongst her people. I always say this. I think it's very difficult for people who are not native English speakers to live in a 100% English speaking world because you have to it takes a lot of energy to constantly translate yourself in order to get out what you want to get out. So I think that level of comfortability is helpful for her. And I think she's really funny. So I think personally she deserves All-Star. And I know Chicago has been very difficult to watch, but she has been a bright spot in these last few games. And even when they get dog walks, Kamilla is getting her point. So I really appreciate that about her.
And so I do want to clarify, for the reserves, there are 3 guards, 5 front court, and then 4 at large. And so we're definitely, it looks like from the media voting and the fan voting that I've seen, Asia's definitely going to be a starter. You're going to see Angel as a starter. Jessica Shepard looks like she's going to be a starter.
Natasha.
Yeah, and or Stewie.
There's what? 4 of, is there 4 front court or 5?
I think
it's 4 guards and 6 front.
6, so 3 and 3. So then you're talking about probably Stewie and either Natasha. Yeah.
Stewie, Natasha, Shepard, Asia, Angel, and who else? That's the wild card is the who else. So it's I don't know what the voting is, but I've seen Shakira Austin's name in there.
Or they have Gabby as a forward as well in there.
Right. So I've seen, but vote wise, I don't know where it is.
She was in there.
I can't name, like, let's take that 6. And you said there's 4 forwards?
Yeah, out of reserves.
Out of reserves. If let's
and
say
then at large as well.
Okay, so we're just saying that. Let's say we have Kiki who takes the 6th spot. Let's say we have Shakira Austin because I think that that's 7. I can't name 3 more forwards other than Gabby.
Dominique Malunga.
She hasn't been putting up the number. She had 2 really crazy games. But before those last couple of games, she's in the same position as Kamilla, right? Mm-hmm. Where they've had recent success. So let's say Dom and Kamilla, that ends your thing. I can't, other than Dom, I don't see another forward who's playing as well as
Alyssa Thomas has the numbers as well, and she's up there. There's a couple of more. There's a couple more. I'm not saying it's a lot more, but I agree. I definitely feel like, especially in her position, she's going to be, I don't know about JJ. I forget about JJ too. I don't know what type of numbers she's been putting up. And so, but yeah, anyway, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, JJ's had kind of an off year, but I feel like it's because she was doing more stretch big stuff instead of patrolling the paint, which she can do. They win well when she's hitting threes, but I think she was trying to fill in a little bit more for Serena. Now that they've settled down, her numbers are going back up. But speaking of AT, she was interviewed. Today is Tuesday when we're filming this. She was interviewed today. And she was basically talking about how she felt unprotected by the league because of some choice reporting. Anyone who watched that game saw what happened. Mm-hmm. It's been a week. It's been over a week. So we're still dwelling on this thing. Anybody who watched that game and saw what happened, Caitlin went down. It actually looks like she slipped more than was fouled because as soon as she went down, they came out with that mop and swept up. AT was going for the ball. Her arm came across the throat, so she didn't make contact with the throat. You could tell she was not trying to. She wasn't even looking at what she was doing. She was trying to get up and go after the ball.
Right.
In the moment, because letter of the law, any contact with a player's neck or face area is considered a flagrant one. In the moment, it should have been called a flagrant one. When you're reviewing that video, we're not talking about a still shot. A still shot can kind of be anything. When you're reviewing that video, I don't see how it escalates to a flagrant 2 and a suspension other than public outrage.
Right.
Regardless of that, basketball is not serious enough to send a death threat to a human being. And I don't care if that human being is AT. I don't care if it's Angel Reese. I don't care if it's Caitlin Clark. I don't care who it is. It could be Sophie Cunningham. Basketball is not serious enough for us to be sending death threats to human beings.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got here, friend.
I mean, look, basketball and sports are a reflection of our society, and we are in a really dark place in America, and the WNBA, unfortunately, is a reflection of that. I think since Caitlin Clark has gotten into the league, unfortunately, because of the things that, that she has allowed, I think, to happen in her name, it has been a breeding ground and a safe space for vitriol, harassment, and racism. And unfortunately, Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner have been subject to it. But I mean, if I scrolled and put it in our video, the comments that I got for speaking on the situation, they're not death threats, but they're smack the black off of me, go back in the monkey house. Even a video saying I didn't want to make a video because I didn't want to be called a monkey. I didn't want to be called out of my name. And they said, one comment said, I'm glad you know your names. This is the type of stuff that, we're at. And so why? It's because a lot of people are sad, downtrodden, bored, and they have safety behind a screen where they feel like they can say whatever they want to say. And it is unfortunate that, the suspension is unfortunate because what it does is reinforce the mob mentality that, certain groups of fans are able to spam the WNBA and blow things up, and then they're going to get the result that they wanted. And I think the silence up until today, after Kathy was called out, the commissioner of WNBA, when everybody can see what's going on, everybody can see what's being said, and there was nothing said until, AT says, look, I haven't even heard from her. I've been called all out of my name and I haven't even heard from her. And so I did see comments from Courtney Williams saying, I don't know the context of what she was saying, but she was saying the internet's not a real place and you just block and move on. And you should. But what I think people don't understand is that just because it's not a real place, a lot of these people are real people saying real nasty things that does penetrate a human soul and mind. Like, you can block it, you can filter it. That's what I do. But there's still a little stain that gets left behind, knowing that, like, these are real people behind these screens, a lot of them saying these things.
My issue with the internet is not a real place, and I understand what you're saying. But when that not real internet gets somebody's real phone number and leaves a very real voicemail on their very real phone, right, the internet stops being a fictional place.
Yeah, it starts being a real place.
I can block you and move on, but we've seen, again, I agree with you that it reminds me of 2020 and Taylor Swift, where everybody was doing all types of stuff. And then the minute that Taylor Swift said, hey, Black Lives Matter, we shouldn't be doing this, there shouldn't be Confederate monuments, all of a sudden, numbers flooded to Black Lives Matter, money came in, because somebody with that big of a platform making that particular statement, it means a lot. And I think that it would mean a lot if Caitlin distanced herself from the vitriol and from the hate. Is that something that I wish that she would do? Absolutely. Is that something I think she would do? No. And
Yeah,
that's
it's not. I don't think it's gonna happen. And then unfortunately, you have now Sophie Cunningham that's riding the wave of the vitriol and the stuff that's being said, because now she's capitalizing off of it. So if vitriol and racism is profitable, unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to hop on that wave, and there's going to be a lot of people that either are who could be black as well, who are going to try to affiliate themselves with people riding that wave. And it's unfortunate that players who have done nothing but contribute to this league, like Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner, champions, gold medalists, all the things that it's evident that it's okay that they are the scapegoat, that it's okay that they are, treated this way. I mean, I don't have much more to say about it. Sports is just a reflection of our society, and our society is effed up right now.
Oh man. Moving on to something. I want to end our show today on positive news.
Yes.
Which is something that gave me joy today. Yeah. Which was watching Serena play tennis. I was locked in. I had a meeting.
Thanks. We got it together. Locked in.
Locked in. One of my homegirls did not have a meeting. She's sending me messages in Slack with updates. I was like ready. I'm explaining. It's a guy who works there who he's like, explain tennis to me. Like he was asking me. He's like, I've never watched tennis. Explain tennis to me. This is like it's the joy that Serena brings to tennis is kind of unmatched. And we started Wimbledon with controversy yet again because Naomi Osaka came in slaying.
She looked phenomenal.
And every time she steps out, I'm like, that is Venus and Serena's product right there. Even Venus's fit, Serena's fit today was so cute with the mesh, the all-white mesh. I was like, girl, I missed you. And she lost, but she put up a valiant effort. That second set, oh my gosh, it went back and forth, had to go to tiebreak. And after that, I kind of knew that it was going to be downhill. She kind of needed that second set to go quickly in order to. She hasn't played in 4 years. Yeah. I had a great time. I
did, yeah. That second set was fire, seeing her baby in the stands, watching her, seeing Venus watch her. But everybody knows this is just the beginning of her comeback. I actually personally feel like she looked, by the end of the second set, it was starting to give old Serena. We were starting to see like OG, a la old Serena, the Serena that won 7 Wimbledon, Grand Slams, okay, T. And so I'm excited for her doubles, and I'm excited for her to get going. I know the goal is US Open to really like do a little something. So I think she's trying to get to the US Open. Wimbledon was a great start. A lot of her first serves were false, but then the second ones were good. And so I think if she's able to get in the rhythm, get those first serves together. I was just impressed by the way she was moving at 44. She looked great.
She was first of all, she was covering ground like crazy. She was towards the second set. You could see her starting to set up shots. The second set where she got in trouble, not even the second set, the last set where she got in trouble is she was letting a lot of aces go. And that actually gave me a little bit of excitement for doubles because you just don't have to cover as much ground with doubles.
And I understand why she was doing that. I think at a certain point you want to make sure you don't get injured. Mm-hmm. And I think that quick lateral movement when you're not necessarily ready for it yet, sometimes you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. And sometimes I saw her looking at that ball and she was just like, yeah, it's all right. I'll get the next one.
Right.
I'll get the next one.
That ends. You can practice all you want, but if you're not in game shape, if you ain't played no games, you're not in game shape.
Exactly.
There's a lot. It's real different, practicing and doing practice matches, but like in the atmosphere, and the crowd was like really electric. and you could tell that at the beginning, the girl, her name escapes me, but the woman who she was facing had a little bit of nerves because she said, I literally grew up idolizing her. And it's like anyone who Serena and Venus play, they were the blueprint for what they wanted to be. All of these women are going to be at least 10 years younger than them. They grew up watching them. They tried to mimic their game. And to me, that has to be a dope feeling. Like, not on a these all my sons type situation, even though it's kind of true.
Yeah.
It has to be a dope feeling to know the legacy and the impact that you left, and that you're able to play with them again. I just think it's really cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Well, I only have the one group of people in the cut that I just need to let them know. Look, if you are one of the people that I'm talking about today, if you find yourself in AT's DMs and Dewana DMs, in my DMs, don't come in my DMs. If you have y'all been in my DMs because you don't like what I said about,
I'll be fighting about Seaway. She be tagging me in. I'll be fighting about Seaway now.
Look, let me tell you, do not come in my DMs telling me worried about why I got the comments off. This is my page. This is a dictatorship. And the Women's Cut is our page, which is a group dictatorship, okay? Don't come, what's that? Oligarchy. Right, oligarchy. Don't come on our stuff. Don't come in my DMs trying to run what I'm doing. Don't come in AT DMs, Dewana DMs, and they messages. Don't contact them. Don't send nothing to their house. You guys are weird. You're sick. You're sick with racism.
This started as a sign off and it went off.
You're sick.
Sign us off, girl.
Anyway, look, let me reel it back in. My point is, if you're one of those people, I need you to go to your local church, temple, or go sit by the water and really reflect on why the crap you're doing that, because y'all need to stop anyway. But if you're doing that, don't be mad at us. Just be glad that I gave you some advice and you made the cut. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Chicago Clubhouse Network production.